Morning. So this is the long-awaited coop tour. We had promised you to do a full coop tour to show you the entire thing after it was done. And without further ado, here we go. So we decided the first week of March to get chickens. It was a whirlwind decision. It was something we had talked about a couple times, and then the time was just right. So we knew we had to build a chicken coop. So we came up with an idea that we wanted to do chickens, and Jim came up with the coop. And I'm going to start by opening it. We have a barrel lock at the bottom, and then this pull that actually can be locked up at the top. We open it up, and you're in the inside of the coop. Nice roofing, plenty of ventilation. Their nesting boxes are still closed off. This will all be pulled off because babies will just poop in their nesting boxes. We don't want them to poop in our nesting boxes. There's the roosting bar. They're all roosting at night. So that's super nice. I'm gonna climb up in here and show you. So this window shuts all the way, and that's great for if it's cold or rainy, we can close that. You can see from the inside, this is the door. We actually close them in every night because we want them to be safe from predators, so I do that as well. This is a 4-inch edge right here because we have the deep litter method going on with hemp. This is all hemp that we purchased so that it doesn't smell, and it's a lot better for compost. And our door closes all the way really snugly. Keep out all the predators, and it can be locked. Coming this way, we have our back window, which again can fully close. Right now it's summer, it's pretty hot already. Well, it's kind of still spring, but in Florida it feels like summer. So we have this where it can close if we need it to, if it was rainy, but for right now it's open. It also gives it a little bit of shield from the wetness. We have a lock on our egg boxes. This is where our eggs will be once the chickens are ready to lay. And Veronica put the hay in our nesting boxes for the hens so that they have plenty of spots. But from what we've read, which is kind of funny, yes, we have 4 nesting boxes and we have 9 chickens, but odds are they'll all lay in one box. They'll decide that they like one and that's it. And then if we get a different flock of birds, they'll pick a different box, but that this flock together will lay in one box. We have taken the entire bottom and covered it in hardware cloth. It's very safe for our birds. It is snake proof and they feel very confident in it. We have taken, Jim took and put 4x4s down into the ground. You can watch our build video if you want to see about the build. We have covered the entire perimeter with a predator apron that is buried. You can see a little bit coming up. It's almost all buried now. And then we covered it with dirt and topped it with these little bitty pea stones. Coming around to the back, this is one of my favorite things, and this was a deciding factor for us to do chickens, was the fact that it can be very self-sufficient. So this is a vegetable barrel. It's actually a food grade coconut oil, organic coconut oil barrel that we went and bought from a makeup company. And Jim took the bottom, drilled it out, put a pump, and ran it to a water line so that the birds have water all the time. And this is 55 gallons, and we have filled it up to about 4 weeks ago. So that's what they're using. And eventually we will put a rain gutter system, but it's not high on the priority list. So right now we have this giant barrel. It's about a month's worth of water, and they're pretty well set. The roof has a nice slant so that the water runs off really well, and it has a pretty good overhang so that we don't get a lot of splash up. It just falls down into the rocks. And now I'll take you into the coop. You've seen most of it. We have a carabiner on our little latch just to keep the ladies extra safe, and we'll go inside. So you built these feeders, both of them, and you just pour the food inside. It goes down and comes out in the bottom, and the chickens can get their food out. The food that we have in it right now is a clumping food, which I really don't like. It's crumbles is what it's called, and we are going to use pellets from now on. The crumbles make a big mess. The girls obviously don't care what kind of food they have, but the crumbles actually get stuck in the pipe, so we won't be using that. and the waterers, as I told you before. So the cup waterers, when they become empty, lift up and it lets water in. So they get to drink more naturally out of a bowl than out of a nipple. And you can see more easily if they get clogged, so that's really nice. And the birds seem to really like them. They're very curious about the camera and everything that's going on right now. And the birds are now 9.5 weeks old. The white one right here, we're not positive what she is, but we know these are barred rocks. Come here, you want me to hold you? And they love going under the coop. So we weren't really sure that we should screen underneath the coop, but they like it. It stays really cool and it gives them a really nice place to dig and take dust baths. So that was super nice. And they're all super friendly, but they're more worried about if I have a treat for them. Chickens are very treat oriented and they're looking for worms or scraps. They're wondering what we have for them. If we had treats, they'd be out. And you can see them using the waterers. They work so well. And I will put a link to where we got those waterers on this page so that if you're looking for some, you can find them. And a link to the other video. The full coop build is really great to see. So if you're thinking about building a coop, watch the whole coop video. You can see this wasn't that hard to build and we did it in our spare time. Jim just planned it all out and then we did it on weekends. And we got the birds when it started and we finished it before they grew up and actually needed the coop, so that was a plus. Jim drilled a little hole here and we ran a cord so that we can pull it up and not get trapped in the chicken coop. I didn't want to get trapped inside. And then we just pull it shut and lock it down. Oh yeah, they're all here to see me. We got the chickens at Tractor Supply. We got 9 and they told us they were all hens, but we really don't know. They actually told us that the white ones were sapphire gem hens, which they are not. So we don't have a lot of faith in what they told us about the chickens. Right now we just know that the other ones are not sapphire gems. And we will see if any of them end up to be roosters. They all look like hens right now. Like, it seems very promising that 9 out of 9 are hens. So that's really good too. They'll be laying probably about July. So this is our coop. This is the feeder, the way that it's all gonna run. You can see it's very self-sufficient. It's supposed to be cleaned out 1 time a year. So sometimes, some people say they can go 2 years because of the deep litter. But we'll see with the 9 of them inside there how it goes. We do plan to free range the chickens eventually. Once they're full size, they're still, 5 weeks out from growing, but we'll see once they're full grown. We did fence in the garden because of the rabbits and the chickens so that they can go out and they don't eat our green beans because they will. And I'll show you just one last thing from the outside. We don't have to go in to close this little door, which is really nice. So at night, it closes up without us having to do anything. And if you notice, there's ventilation on all sides. Chicken coops get very hot, especially in the top, and we're in Florida, so it would be really hot in there. So we have ventilation on all sides so that it crosses in and out and the chickens stay cool. Because if they are hot, I've heard that they won't lay as well. So keeping them cool is important, keeping them well fed, keeping them happy and feeling safe. So that was the whole goal here. And I hope that you liked it. If you have questions, put them in the comments. If the comments are disabled, some of our videos have the comments disabled, you can always send them to the email listed, and you can, the other video I mentioned all the supplies and what we used to build the coop, but in this one I just wanted to explain what we were doing so that you could see it and know how it all came together in the end. I apologize for any wind or background noises. The birds seem to really like this video. So thank you for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell and you'll know when we post. The ladies are happy. We will give you updates as they start to lay. So that will be coming. I hope you're wholly, happy, and healthy. God bless. Oh look, Carla! Carla's been caught. They are so tame. Eli, you like her?
Oh, no, don't choke her.
You want to hold her? There you go. Just like that.
Good job.
Let's let her go. She was very patient with you. There you go, ladies.